Dude, that's crazy. There was no door there, now there's a door there. But yeah, and I know this isn't the right way to do drywall. Supposed to stand it up and these tape seams be in the middle, but I feel like I put the tape seams on the door side because there's going to be a brick mold, like a trim that goes around the door, and it's a lot less mud work for me to do. So just be mud in, trimmed in, and painted. Looks awesome, man. Super proud. What'd you guys think of my drywall, huh? Did you like it? Do you? Do you? God, I cannot see this key. I'm gonna lock it. How about it, huh? Or how about the cinematic boom sound? Do you like that? Huh? Huh? I'm in a mood, baby. Not really. What's up, people? What up? I kind of like these mornings that I get up way earlier than everybody else. And get out of the house before it's even 6 o'clock, still 5 something in the morning. But yeah. You remember that whole plan last night that I was talking about, how, oh, I'm gonna get to bed early because I gotta get up early. You guys seen what time the vlog uploaded. I don't know what was going on. It was just one thing after another. I started working on that drywall, and I got those 2 pieces up, and I was so proud of myself of that. Just standing back. I don't know. It's strange because it's like there's this hole in the wall where there's never been an actual like doorway or a door for that matter. And my son wanted it, and I wanted it for him. And then I'm like, I'm gonna build it. And then I got the stuff and built it. And then like getting it closer to the finished product, it's just, I don't know, man. It's just incredible to stand back and look. And it's perfectly square. The whole room has a real good shape mount. And I tell you what's even stranger is like all these times that I've walked down those stairs to tell him something or ask him what he wants for dinner or, you know, whatever. It's always from the top of the stairs. I say, hey, you know, mind if I come down or whatever? Just out of courtesy and respect for his privacy. But now, like, I did that, but then I get to the bottom of the stairs and it's like, whoa, and it's all blocked off or whatever. But yeah, pretty proud of that, man. As you guys know already, I'm a truck driver today, and also special delivery package deliverer. What? Yeah, so just so happens my daughter is the midway point when I take this certain route, and Mama Bear wants me to drop off a package to Daughter Bear. That's not the same ring, is it? So that's pretty cool. So I get to meet her and give her this package on the way up and see her. I was hoping to see her sooner. We were supposed to have that Halloween party that got canceled because of stupid COVID-19. Anyway, it's crazy that in 2025 almost, we're still dealing with that crap. And it's still just as powerful. Grandma, or my mother-in-law, was really sick, I guess. Too sick to even get out of bed, too weak to take a shower. Kind of sick. That's pretty sick. So, anyway, how about the fact that we're just a few today's flavor is again strawberry peach. Have a peachy Wednesday. How crazy is it? We're just a few days shy of you guys seeing literally my life every day for 2 months. We're only a few days shy of that. Like, this is 56 days in a row that you guys have been with me and seen exactly every day of my life. That's crazy. And not only like for you guys, but for me, like once this thing's over, once I stop at 100, I can look back myself personally and be like, what did I do that day or that, you know, and I could go back for 100 days and see what I've done for 100 days in a row. That's assuming I make it there. But, you know, my chances and percentage of making it there is getting better by the day. You know, day 56, pretty good chance. But that's just barely over the halfway mark, so don't get too cocky, boy. But there's this, and I can't do it just yet because I've already screwed up so many times just in the month of October on getting videos demonetized. Sometimes I get in the shower in the morning. This is a little personal, but I get in the shower in the mornings and I wear one of these earbuds and I play like whatever. I get a playlist going and I play it while I'm in the shower. And my playlist keeps on looping back to this certain song. And I don't know if you guys do this or if there's any, like, I don't know, film people out there or just creative people in general that think the same way. But you hear a certain song and you could see that song being played out. You could see a scene being made in your head of what angle you're going to get and you know, kind of what lighting, and you're fading in and out like transitions of the scene. But the song it's all derived from the song. Like, you hear the song first and it's like it paints this whole picture for you. And when I get those urges and I see things like that in my head, and I also see jokes and skits and stuff like that in my head, and they're oddly enough usually born in the shower. I'm usually in the shower, like with my eyes closed, just whatever, cleaning my head, let's just say. And I could see this whole thing played out. But what really gets me is when I see something like that, I gotta get it out. I gotta make it happen on here. And the fact that I'm not able to play that song and do the scene that I want to do with that song sucks, because it'll demonetize another video. And I can't afford another one. We're almost there. This is day 20, or this is the 29th of October. 30th, gee whiz. Yeah, this is the 30th. So there's only today and tomorrow left in this month. And I can't afford another demonetized video because I'm not trending much more than I was for the month of September. And I started 5 days in on September and got a few videos demonetized. But anyway, it's not all about the money either. But if we're gonna pay this truck off, baby, woo, then we're gonna have to have some videos monetized. I was very surprised, I still am, by that gas video, and I kind of went back and forth with YouTube trying to get that turned around, which surprisingly this video right here didn't do very good anyway. I guess you got to know your audience. Like, I truly believe that I had people in here that enjoyed stuff like that, like taking some foreign substance, feeding it to your car, getting extra horsepower and doing burnouts with it. I apparently don't have a burnout crowd either, and I'll just say that. I wanted to say it, but I hesitated. Like, you guys don't enjoy it as much as I thought you did. Every time I do a burnout, I got a bunch of comments of, how you gonna pay that truck off if you're buying tires? And burnouts aren't a thing. A burnout isn't an act of someone who is thinking about the consequences or how much this tire is going to cost me or what if, right? You know, when you do a burnout, it's just, that is something that you have no forward thinking about. You're just like, I just want to do a burnout and then I'll figure out the consequences later. Like, right, you break stuff. I don't know, man. But you got to know your crowd. I mean, I'll sprinkle one in here and there just because my love for burnouts will never die. But I do respect the fact that you guys, for the most part, don't enjoy it. I'll try to be responsible, and like I said, when I can afford tires for this thing, we're trashing the ones that are on it into the cords, man, and then I just leave enough on there to make it to the tire shop. Yeah, speaking of money, like I said, I can't wait to get the windshield in this thing fixed. But I've already mentioned this previously. Anyway, I got a new credit card recently, and that's what I'm going to use to pay for the windshield that I'm picking up today. And I figure I'll just get that paid down and then do the same thing for my truck. But you know what, it's what it's for. It's going to be, my balance is going to be higher than what desired, and it's not going to help my credit score any, but you know, it is what it is. That's what credit cards are for. I guess I'll just have 1 month where my score goes down a little bit because my usage or the amount that I put on the card is higher than what I should have. But then I'll pay that down and it'll go back up. It'll just fluctuate back and forth. That was my whole point of getting another credit card, was because the needle wasn't moving. You know, I'd gotten to that 700 a little bit over 700 point, and it just stayed there, which is a good credit score. Don't get me wrong, it's not the best, but it's better than what I've had in the past. It just never moved, and I finally was like, I gotta get another card or something, you know, because the balance is like on my mortgage loan is not gonna go down anytime soon. This is getting pretty far down there, and will be should be you know. Oh jeez, I gotta go do this pre-trip, guys. I love you. Happy Wednesday morning hump. Diesel oil just looks black no matter what. I mean, you could change it today and it would look black tomorrow, but she's still within the crosshairs, baby. Woo. I'm almost at the end of this month, and I plan on sitting down and doing the exact same thing that I did last month. I know I've seen a couple comments and people warning me, like, I guess YouTube doesn't really care much for sharing analytics, but they never said anything about the last video, and I'm a chance risk taker, or whatever you want to call it. I plan on doing that, and imagine the difference from once I decide to actually do the membership thing. But like I say, I mean, and I know a lot of you guys are pretty pumped about that, but just be patient, because it's not gonna be something I'm gonna do unprepared. I gotta have time to have a few videos ready and have it lined out to where I've got time carved out to do the lives and everything too. So I'm gonna do it right. But imagine at the end of that month, I can show you guys what the analytics look like from doing that. The sun's actually starting to come out now. That's fantastic. How crazy is it? It's almost 2025, right? It is almost 2025, and this freaking loser right here is still having beefs with people and recording them in his hometown.
I seen somebody today that had been talking all kinds of shit about me on the internet. I'll let y'all listen to it, everything that was said, because I recorded the whole conversation.
He's still recording people in his hometown having these little stupid beefs, man. And I know the old saying, don't speak on it unless you know something about it. Well, it qualifies me to speak on this one, because I happen to know something about this. And you know, old Jay, listen, I respect it, bruh. I get it, because you're just like me. No matter how bad somebody pisses you off, and no matter how much they need to be smacked right in their mouth. I mean, this dude needs his teeth smacked in. I get it, man. You got a family, there's more important things. So, you know, if I ran into this dude, it'd be the same thing. But all that apologize, you don't owe him an apology. If you want to, cool. I'm just saying, that's just my opinion. But as he always does, this dude went lower than low, took it to the lowest form. That's what he does with every one of these situations. None of it excuses. I seen what you said, Fagburn. I seen it with my own eyes. I seen the receipt. And for anybody wondering, I'm not going to say exactly what it is, because I'm not going to disrespect old dude like that. But y'all already know, right? There's a badge on his hat. I'll just say that.
And that's what I thought.
No. That's
where the whole thing started.
That's how you lost my trust. When you lost my trust is when I blocked you on everything, and I said, I'm never talking to you again.
Got your man from the future here. Two things. Number one, imagine giving a rat's ass if this piece of shit trusts you or not. Imagine that. Let that sink in for a second. And number two, yeah, they will do things to try to mess your whole family up.
You'll have a falling out with someone, and they'll try their best to ruin your life.
I like how he says it doesn't matter, there's no proof of it.
But the thing about it is, still another thing, like you did, you put out whatever you said, because somebody screenshot that and sent it to me what you put out. I would never done that to anybody, even if that was my mortal enemy. Never would have done that.
There ain't no proof of anything any damn way.
It still don't matter.
There's no proof of it. Yeah, it matters a lot, dude. You never, ever, even like he just said, not even your mortal enemy, would you do the SNITCH. You would never do it, let alone put it out. He wants to talk about everything being out on social media. You imagine, just because you and a buddy had a little falling out and don't want to talk no more, then that's your first go-to. And not to mention, not only did you say it and put it out there in the universe for him to possibly be, I don't know, investigated, rated, all those sorts of things, right? But then you got the nerve to act like, oh, well, there ain't no proof, and then bring it up again, record the man, and put it out here again, dude. Yeah, go and listen. Next time you find yourself in a hole, stop digging, idiot. This dude's out of his mind. God, I'm so glad I don't speak on him every day anymore. But yeah, dude, like I said, I would go up on one of your panels and talk to you like a man and finally let you figure it out, hopefully, or give you the opportunity to try to figure it out if you want. And like I said, your panel, not mine. I know. I seen how he reacted that day when Mud Daddy said, "Won't you?" What? Oh my, what? Hey Merrill, look at this. Look what this guy said. But don't you read it. Don't you. Ain't that something? Could you imagine me being live, showing my wife a comment and telling her that she's not allowed to read it? My wife can read whatever she wants, whenever she wants. What a loser, dude. Anyway, I'm about the halfway mark and getting ready to meet my daughter and drop off this super secret package. Doing a lot of super secret stuff lately. Jesus. And then later on, I'm going to go downtown, and if I run into another person that I have a beef with, I'm going to record it, y'all. He said it as if anybody was surprised. He said, man, you know what? I hashed it out like a man. And matter of fact, I got it recorded. Of course you do. Jesus Christ. What is up? Just had lunch. You guys guessed it. Ray's Harvest House, baby. Look at the size of this bowl. This salad that I had. Look at that. Really sticking to it.
Sure about that?
I've got a lot of things to talk about. Number one, I've been going through for you out there who are really going to join memberships when I do turn that on. I have been going through and looking through some of the old clips of things that I can use, and man, I cracked up so hard. So if you guys like to laugh, I'll give you one example. I don't want to spoil it because then what's the point buying it? I mean, the video where I sing that R. Kelly parody at the beginning where I'm like, I believe I can climb. And it's funny, it wasn't funny then. I was, ooh, God. I was so upset, but how many takes it took is hilarious. For some reason, and I don't know why, I knew what I was going to say in my head, or singing rather. I hate to even call it singing because I don't even think that's fair. I don't even think that's really singing. But I clicked the camera on, and I got to let the beat start because I was playing it through the truck. And I'm like, all right, I believe I can climb. Woo. And then I was like, and the first couple times I did it, I'm like, and I would hit the reset button. I'm like, all right, I got it. And then I'd mess up again. I'm like, and I hit the reset button. And then there's one point where I was like, and then I thought that it was important for some reason at one point that in the middle of singing, I had to grab my shades out of the thing and put it on. Oh, God. And I was like belly laughing just watching it back. So that's what I want it to be. You guys would be surprised, and surely you guys don't think that I just turned this camera on and just roll with it one take and I'm that good at. No. There is a lot of, and that would be fun too, right? Just like blooper stuff. If that's the kind of thing you're into, just watching me struggle on here. Just there's certain times that I can't get a word out of my mouth, and it'll take me 5 times to say it right. So anyway, I'm excited for that, man. And like I said, lives. The other thing is pretty cool, and I didn't even realize it because it creeped up so fast, but tomorrow I get to be Ragnar finally. So tonight I need to shave. I need to take a razor to my head and get the rest of this little bit of hair off for the tattoos, the fake tattoos on the side of my head. But I'm taking little Finley trick-or-treating, as I do every time, actually, now that I think about it. Oh, I remember taking him. He was a Luigi one year. I'll see if I can find a picture. I'll put it right here. He was Luigi. Wow. I haven't even seen the picture, but I remember. Look at this hair that I got right here. Huh. But anyway, he had tripped and fell. I want to say he was 2 maybe. So he wasn't walking that great anyway, but he tripped over like some uneven curbs where there was like tree roots growing, and he fell and he cried so hard. And I don't know, it was heartbreaking. It wasn't a good time for the gotcha man, I guess. Talk about not a good time for the gotcha man. You want to watch me struggle? Or, I don't know, you guys may be proud of me. It may work out, but I just actually marked off on my calendar, on the schedule, I am taking a total of 6 days off, wrapped around a weekend, so it's going to be 8 days altogether. And I'm going to repair my roof myself because we don't have the money to pay somebody to do it. But it needs to be done, and it has to be done like yesterday because shingles won't seal if it's too cold out. They won't glue to each other or whatever it's called. You have to have at least a certain temperature and sun on it for those tabs to glue. And I'm just going to put 3 tab back on it. I know, roast me in the comments, but whatever. It's going to have to match the rest of the house, and eventually the goal is to go metal anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I'm not going to put dimensional on the sunroom and the back bathroom and then have the rest 3 tab. It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, it should be interesting, and it should, even though I'm going to be working on the roof, I'm still going to be off work, and it's going to be less time consuming, I assume. I mean, I'm going to still work set hours. Like, I'll start out there at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, whatever, and then work to a certain point. But, most of the reason that I'm exhausted and that I don't have as much time for this as I'd like is the traveling. And that's still in my notes of videos, concepts and ideas to come up with is I really want to go back through my Google timeline and do the math on it and see the amount of miles that I put on is disgusting. Like, today's a 6-hour round trip. And then when I get back, I gotta go over and pick up the what that doesn't exist, getting a windshield put in it. Love you guys. I'm gonna hit the road, and I'll pick back up whenever I get back into Portsmouth, Ohio. What the hell is that other plate on my table for? All right, just like that, back to the glass shop. Pick her up, Sally. Hello. How are you?
That's fine. What can I do for you?
I'm here to pick up I had the windshield put in it.
All right.
I was gonna see, can I put $220 on a credit card and then the rest in cash?
Yeah, but a credit card does charge a processing fee.
Okay, yeah, it is what it is. You guys care if I leave a couple of my business cards out here?
Oh, not at all.
Is that, I'm assuming if you shut the doors with the windows up, it might blow it open, or?
Well, when the windows are up, there's pressure.
I gotcha.
And it can push the windshield
Okay.
out of there.
Okay, well, it's got those little visor things. I can leave them cracked a little bit. I appreciate it. All right. Well, I'm filming vertically. Idiot. All right, so that's done. I actually have a parent-teacher conference to go to now. Fun stuff. I'm telling you, man. I wouldn't know what to do with myself, though, if I wasn't that busy. And I got to leave some of my business cards there on the counter at the glass shop, which, if you ask me, advertisement is worth its weight in gold. Daggone. That sucker's clear as a bell. Looky there. Guessing this is the tape she was talking about that I need to take off. That thing looks beautiful. No automatic car washes. I ain't got it like that anyway, ladies. But I tell you what I do want to do is take it to a manual car wash just to spray this thing off. I mean, it's a shame it's such a pretty paint and such a nice car, and it's just dusty as all. It's kind of useless to even wash it because it's just gonna sit for the next couple months, and I still got to detail it and do all the things that I'm going to do to it. And I'm going to do it with you guys. You know, I want you guys to be right there with me. Like I said, I'm going to just lay out a table of all the parts I'm going to put on this thing. It's going to be like a brand new car whenever, whoever gets it. I don't even know. What am I even talking about? What is this? What is life? What is today? I mean, it's weird. I mean, it ultimately, if somebody does end up seeing this or these, then it is what it is. Like, I'm not gonna be heartbroken by it or upset by it, and who knows, maybe he'll keep up the ruse or whatever, you know, and pretend not to know.
I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire.
Ain't nobody got time for that. God, this video is full of all those little kind of meme clips, ain't it? Those make a video fun to me. I used to do them a lot more than what I have been lately. Recently, I've been watching, if you guys want to know what kind of content I watch on YouTube, I've been watching this guy, John Malecki, a lot lately. And his second channel, Unscrewed. I love the projects that he does, but he's big on that too. He does a lot of those little edits in there. And I thought, man, why don't I do that anymore? And I think it just makes the video fun, man. Because everybody knows these little things. I was a little left field with the Girl Scout thing yesterday, but I'm gonna shut this off now on my way to the car wash, because this is what kept me up last night, was editing, because I wanted to ramble more yesterday. Not that it was a bad thing or a bad video, but it's a lot of editing, and I ain't got time, baby. Woo! It's a little sneak peek of what it's gonna look like when I buff the paint up real nice. Actually got a really nice paint, like a deep metallic blue paint, and it's in good shape all over. I mean, it looks better wet. Oh baby, how was I supposed to? Oh hey, what's up guys? Listen, I will have a parent-teacher conference every day if I get to feel like a proud parent like that. I mean, oh my God. And these people love our son. It's unbelievable how much that kid touches people's hearts. And the teacher's literally tearing up, just sharing stories about these things that he does, and these advances that he makes, and these improvements that he saw across the board. And we're very fortunate because his teacher now was his preschool teacher. The school made some shifts, and he got to be with the same familiar person, because Finley's one of those kids that you got to get to know. It takes him a minute to open up. You got to peel back the layers, you know, but once you peel back the layers, you find the sweetest, most kind-hearted, and smartest young man. So much potential. It is insane. They got these little skeletons outside for Halloween, and for each kid, and they get to write their name, and they get to name what their skeleton's called. His is called Jack. And she's like, he freaking did it in cursive. He just wrote Jack in perfect cursive, and she's like, I gotta make it look like the other kids, so she has to draw over it. Everybody's just so amazed by him. And perfect attendance, baby. Woo! Of course he does. He loves going to school, and that was like a little win for me and her, right? For two people who were literally drug addicts and in prison 7 years at 6. Well, she got out, let's see here. She had only been out, I think, 8 months to a year when I met her. And I had recently been locked up for that high-speed chase and was on felony probation with time over my head when I met her. And then here we are now, these responsible parents, kids with perfect attendance. And the older boys, I just read his report card the other day, was on AP honor roll. What is life? I mean, but it's fantastic. And it was almost like she was just building us up. Well, here's a perfect attendance. Well, here's this little cursive thing he did. And then here's this little girl he's holding hands with, and trying to get her to learn Japanese with him. And that was the other thing. She was like, he's way beyond. You know, we're supposed to test these kids on just how, if they can count to 25. And she said, I stopped him at 118. I was like, all right, you're good. And then she's like, the teacher literally said, I'm going to try to learn Japanese so that I could keep up with what he's saying and you know, learn along with him, so that you're nourishing that learning, that growth. And I've told myself the same thing, but I got enough goals as it is, right? I don't know, maybe that'd be the next goal. Learn Japanese, baby. Woo! Listen, I catch myself saying that so much now. Woo! Like, I'll just be working and I'll toss something towards the trash and I'll be like, made it, baby. Woo! Anyway, I'm getting off track. But she's like nudging us up and she's building us. And then she says, oh, by the way, there's this test that the state makes them take that they have to score. She said they have to score a minimum of 322 to be on track for whatever, some third grade thing or whatever. He was 400 or something. And in this section, he maxed out. This section got as many points as you can get. This, you know, and just, I'm like, what? And then she said, and then overall, he was the second highest scoring kid in the district. Second highest score. Finley, my dog, my Finley. My dog, bruh, my awesome, amazing little boy. Second highest in the district. And she said, and it's only because, she said it was like a 1 or 2 points difference. And she said, and the only reason for those couple points, she said he was rushing through it because it was a test that they take on a laptop. And he was just like, man, whatever. And she was like, take your time, man, take your time. He's like, yeah, whatever, I know that. And she said, had he took his time, he probably would have been the top scoring one. She was like, he probably just skipped through a question or two without even really having any kind of concern for it. But man, I don't know. Talk about ending it on a high note. And I think that's where I'm going to end it for today, folks. I'm going to get the editing this. She got to go home after the parent-teacher conference. I had to go back to the office for a little bit, but that's fine. I feel guilty, man. Even though, like, I'm the boss, I still feel guilty about little things like that. Like the fact that I took a little bit of time yesterday to drop that, you know what, off at the glass shop, and then a little bit of time today to pick it up. I just feel guilty, and I catch myself like, oh, I better stay a little bit later to make up for that little bit of time. But it's that kind of discipline that gets you to be the boss, right? Old habits die hard. I'm getting ready to go to the grocery store again. I'm gonna start editing this video so that I can have it out for you guys earlier and I can get to bed earlier. I love you guys. Day 56 in the books. Pay that truck off, baby. Woo!